All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, I'm just responding to this little video here. This is, he looked like an Edomite, but, he calls himself, he calls himself being a Christian. And there's another one who's trying to, come against the faith, the doctrine. And you see his title, Black Hebrew Israelites, which they got to use that term all of a sudden. It really is like an attack when every time they use that title, but it's all good. We're going to have a good report and an evil report. But anyway, he claims that we have a false doctrine. So let's see what he's talking about. Let's see if he can prove that our doctrine is false, that we teach another. Well, yeah, we don't teach Jesus. We teach Yahushai. You Christians, you teach Jesus. And that's a whole nother Jesus. That's not the Messiah of the Bible. But anyway, I'm going to just let him cook. And then we'll definitely go back to the scriptures. Because Christians are bound to make statements without knowing how to qualify them. They don't know how to go precept upon precept. They just like to talk and regurgitate and recite, based on what they perceive or based on their own understanding. So anyway, let's get into it.
And all they could say to me was how they're Israelites, they're from the tribes of Israel, only the Bible is written for them, only they can be saved. It's prideful at its very best. In James 4:6, it says, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. And
so to proclaim our identity that was beaten out of us, that was stolen from us, when we now proclaim who we are, that's prideful. It's proud to regain your heritage and your identity after hundreds of years of captivity and servitude under the heathen nations. This is what this guy's saying. That's prideful. What I perceive is what's happening is, pursuing the Ezekiel the 37th chapter, the Lord putting his breath back into his people. He's putting the sinews and the flesh upon those dry bones. And now they're standing up. All right. The word is reviving his people. So, of course, they're going to stand back up after coming back from the dead spiritually with a little pride, but it ain't evil pride. So what is he talking about? Matter of fact, the gospel is for the brokenhearted, those that are contrite. And the Lord said that he would leave in the midst an afflicted and poor people. You're going to tell me that those people don't need lifting up? Zephaniah 3:12. And it says, I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people. That's low. In which the curses said that we will be lowly. Even wherever we're at, according to the curse, the strangers would get up above us high and we will be brought very low. So we are an afflicted and poor people. Everybody exploit our labors, our produce, anything that we do for ourselves. The heathens find a way to exploit it and capitalize. They're over us. We don't have any, even with these migrants coming into the country here in Babylon. They're coming over here and they're getting all these benefits. They getting it better than our people are on this side. And we're citizens. You know what I mean? So we are an afflicted and poor people. And we have many nations working together against us. So now that we're waking up to who we are, now we're understanding why we're going through these things. Hey, but how is that, proud? Let me get this real quick. Because he quoted James 4:6, the Lord resist the proud and give grace to the humble. Let me get this in Isaiah 57 and was it 15? And 57 and 15, it says, for thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity, whose name is holy, I dwell in a high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, right? To revive the spirit of the humble and to revive the heart of the contrite ones. And what does it mean to be contrite? It means to be broken in spirit. Our people as a nation, they're broken. Just look at the conditions, the trauma. Look at our history. All right, we're not living at ease. We're we're troubled. Now, of course, it has a lot to do with us sinning against our maker. According to the covenant, why he put us in this condition. But I know you're not saying anyone got pride. Look at your nation. They're still lifted up. You don't care if you call yourself a Christian. You came over here with Christianity and you took over this whole continent. You took over the whole Western world through your Christianity, your fake humility. And you dehumanized the people that were already over here to colonize and enslave them and slaughtered a lot of them. Well, that wasn't me. That was my ancestors. Why? Well, hey, you got your America because of what your ancestors did. So now that we're coming back and we're being revived, this word is like our healing. The good news is that we are the people of the Lord and that the Lord's coming back to redeem us and get us up out of here. And we're going to rule over all oppressors. We're going to take them captive whose captives we were. So what's wrong with that? Isaiah 61 and 1, it says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings to the meek, the lowly. This is talking about the Lord's people. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, those who are contrite, that are among his people, to proclaim liberty to the captives. We're captive. All right, we don't speak our own native language. I mean, we regain that the knowledge of our heritage, where now we can speak our old language, but we lost that because we were taken captive. Our people, they done made Babylon, America, a home that they believe that this was always their home. They don't even realize that they were brought captive, to a strange land. And we've been here for hundreds of years, so we think that it's our home. And we're still captive to this day. Still don't have an identity of their own because some of them, they just so accustomed to being an American. Just like back in the time of the Lord and his disciples, and even during the time of Apostle Paul, our people, they thought they were Greek because they were colonized and under the Greek Empire for hundreds of years. So they were just, man, I'm Greek. They were captive. So it's the same thing. So we're captive and we're getting ready to be liberated. Right now, it's starting with us being freed from the captivity of our flesh. We're being free from the deception and the lies of this world. The Lord said, you shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free. So this is good news to us because we're getting ready to be brought up out of here. All right. It says in the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, right? The people, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the joy of oil. It's like the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. Okay. So the Lord is just lifting us up from our low estate. That's all that's happening. He's lifting up the beggar from the dunghill, but right now it's spiritually being done. Us waking up to who we are as a nation. We're a royal nation, man. But our people right now, they're in a slave mentality, man. Anyway, let's get back.
The Bible says, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall never perish, but have everlasting life.
Hilarious. Very predictable. You know, we thought we beat a dead horse with John 3:16, like overkill. Like, come on, man, y'all still using John 3:16? Do I even need to address John 3:16? Go read Jeremiah 31 verses 1 down to like 4 or 5. Then you understand what that mean and what that's going into. That world is talking about Israel, the cosmos. Okay, stop it, man. And whosoever, they like to put emphasis on certain pronouns, to stretch the meaning, but it's actually specific. Whosoever is among the nation of Israel. A lot of these nations, they, especially with E, and I'm not sure if this dude's an Edomite or not. He has the appearance of one, but they feel like anything important, anything great, they just have to be a part of. And if they feel excluded out of it, they appalled. Because he's used to, everybody accepting him and everybody bringing him into, their organization or whatever. When you didn't hijack everybody's heritage any damn way. They didn't took on everything. They're Egyptian, They're the original European. We were the they believe that they were everybody, man. That's why they make all these films dealing with history, and we know that a lot of the history pieces that they put in these movies, going back to Jake history, is always played by an Edomite. You don't see anything proud about that? Anyway. Let's go to Acts 2, which this is quoting Prophet Joel 2 and 30. Acts 2 and 21, it says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yahweh shall have Nazareth, a man approved of the Most High among you by miracles and wonders and signs which the Most High did by him in the midst of you, as yourselves also know. All right. That's the whosoever. Okay. And he's quoting Prophet Joel, which Joel didn't say anything different. Joel 2 and 32, and it says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered, continuing, for in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and the remnant whom the Lord shall call. And that remnant is the remnant of Israel. Okay. So let's get past that.
And as Moses said, as Jesus said, when Moses lifted the staff in the wilderness, if I be lifted up, then I will draw all women and children unto myself. All. It doesn't matter. There's no exclusion at all.
Okay. So when Moses lifted up that brazen serpent, was it all nations coming to him to get healed, or was it his people that was coming to get healed? Maybe we could go to that account real quick and find that out. What was it? Exodus. Brazen serpent. All right. This is Numbers 21 and 20. Number 21 and verse 6. It says, "And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died." A bunch of niggas. "Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us." And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, "Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live." Is he talking about everybody on the planet Earth? Is he talking about these other nations? This is happening amongst us. This is Israel in the wilderness. All right. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it on a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Obath. All right. So this was among the children of Israel. Any Israelite that had got bitten, if they beheld or looked upon that serpent, which represented later, it was foreshadowing Yahweh Shai, because he was coming, to heal. Right? People was attaching themselves to the Lord, touching his garment, and they were immediately healed because they believed. So it was the same scenario. Okay. So how are you going to include everybody in that? That was disingenuous. You're not dealing with the scriptures the right way. But I understand, though. You feel excluded, so of course you got to stretch it. Let's go back.
He gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall never perish, but have everlasting life. And as Moses said, as Jesus said, when Moses lifted the staff in the wilderness, if I be lifted up, then I will draw all women and children unto myself. All. It doesn't matter. There's no...
All. Well, just like all wasn't a part of this situation where, Moses made that serpent of brass so that the people can be healed. All wasn't a part of that. Only his people was a part of that. All people also didn't. Let me go here. 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 1, it says, "Moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea. And all were baptized unto Moses in the cloud in the sea." Now, was all people there for this? Were they all there? Or was it our forefathers? Was it the nation of Israel? All 12 tribes that passed through the sea, that were up under that cloud, that pillar of fire by night and the cloud by day. It followed his people, man. All right, all passed through the sea. Did the Edomites pass through the sea? How about Moab? Did Ammon pass through the sea? Were they baptized to Moses in the cloud and in the sea? Stop it, man. So you gotta do a little better than this.
Exclusion at all.
And by the way, Deacon and Hassad, see, we go against the Christians too. Now, if he was saying some things that are right, I would agree with him. But right now, he ain't right. So I'm getting on this dude, this Edomite, this Christian. Okay. What? And even if this was a Jake speaking, he's still going off. All right. But we're not gonna be partial. We'll get on a Christian as well as we'll get on an Israelite. The Most High, he scrutinizes his people harsher than the nations. He said, unto you have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore will I punish you for all your iniquities. So yeah, we gonna get on those of you that know better, those of you that are of the circumcision, we definitely gonna get on you. Because you're responsible, man. But we still defenders of the gospel, so whoever is preaching against it, that's who we're gonna defend against it. That's who we're gonna go against. And this dude right here, what he's speaking, I'm definitely gonna get at him. All right, all these Christians, they seem to, which is all predictable, but they all jumping on the same thing. Putting the BHI term in their title, to catch our attention, and they calling themselves trying to debunk and refute what we're teaching, and it's failing. Because these people, they really don't know how to scrutinize the scriptures the correct way. They don't have the spirit. Anyway, let's play a little more. I'm not going to react to this whole video, but let's see what else he say.
So they said that I'm an Edomite, okay? And, basically they supposedly look down on Edomites. And the more extreme ones say the Edomites will be slaves to them in heaven. When the fact is in heaven, we will be serving the Lord Jesus Christ, and we will be kings and priests.
See, you wrong again. Everything that pertains to the Lord's people, they want to include themselves in it. This is what they're known to do. They want to be a part of the hierarchy, even in the kingdom, even though they're the ruling nation now. That's this devil for you. Anything that seems to have power and importance, he wants in. Now, the kings and priests thing, you're not an Israelite, so how does that pertain to you? Let's go to Exodus, where the Lord said this from the beginning, that his people would become a nation of kings and priests. Exodus 19:5, it says, now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar people unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. If you're not an Israelite, that don't pertain to you. And yeah, we will rule Edomites in the kingdom. They will be slaves. You want to mask it by the word servant. Well, you can use that, but it's still basically work. All right, you're still going to be put to work. You're going to serve. You're going to submit yourself. Isaiah 14 And one, it says, and the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and a stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. That's what we're going to do with you. And that's even going back to the law. Yeah, we're not going to treat you like just hired servants. No, we're going to treat you like a slave. Leviticus 20, was it 25? Leviticus 25. And starting at verse 39, it says, and if thy brother, this is talking about a fellow Israelite, that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as a hired servant, and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee, and shall serve thee until the year of Jubilee. And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with them, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen, meaning actual slaves. All right. Slaves don't have the same privileges as, regular hired servants. Okay, it says, thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shall fear thy Lord, thy God. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Esau, you're a heathen. Of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of Israel, it's like moreover the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you. And these strangers are Israelites, coming from different lands. If they happen to come into the land, it says, of them shall you buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession. All right. It says, and you shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, you shall not rule one over another with rigor. So we can't rule over each other the way we would rule over a heathen. And then guess what? The Lord promised that if we continue, we will be able to rule over you with a rod of iron. That's rigor. All right, because we're going to rule over you with power and authority. And you at any point try to rebel, you're gonna catch it. Revelation 2 and 25, it says, but that which you have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, and this is dealing with Israel, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Because you're going to be a possession for the Lord. You said that you're going to serve the Lord. Yeah, you're going to be his possession. All right. And you could do what you want with your possession. We're just not going to do wickedness like what Esau was doing when he had us in possession. Go read back up on the time of King David when he sat on the throne and how he had you nations. It's going to go back to that. All right. We're going to possess you as bondmaids and bond servants. Amos 9 and 11. And it says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, which is happening now through the awakening. Israel waking up all over the world, the elect. That's the building up of the church. That's the modern tabernacle of David. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of heathen. It's like the remnant of Edom and all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. That's what's going to happen. We're gonna possess you. Okay. We're gonna take them who captives we were, because it was a fact that the Edomites carried us away into captivity. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman, all right, the worker, shall overtake the reaper." Esau been reaping our the benefits of our labors since we've been over here, and that's a fact. And that's why we don't care about them talking about reparations. We know that Jake will never get that. So Jake is, doing all that in vain, thinking that they're going to get something. Now this devil's he systematically made it to where you can't get anywhere, but under his fingertips, under his feet. But he'll keep you alive. He'll give you crumbs from his table to keep you alive, to keep you serving him. But there's going to be a point in time when the Lord's going to come back and he's going to raise us up. And we're going to overtake these heathens. It says, "And the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and the hill shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities." And we're going to use the heathens to do it. Read Isaiah the 60th in the 61st chapter. The stranger are going to build up our walls. They're going to build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. So we're no longer going to be cursed. We're going to be back in our land. All right. And we're going to have you there, and you're going to build up. You're going to plant. You're going to work. You're going to do that for us. And the Lord, he made us, he's going to make us joint heirs with him. It's going to be a kingdom of the Israelites. We're going to be kings and priests. We're going to be ruling over you. And we're going to be teaching you the law as priests. Right now, you say that the law doesn't matter right now because the Lord died already. So we're not under the old covenant. So we ain't got to worry about the law. You're going to practice the law because we're going to enforce it in our kingdom. So anyway, I'm going to end it right there. All right. So in a span of a minute and some change, you saw how many times he went off, and I was able to go into the scriptures and prove him wrong. You Christians ain't got it, man. You don't have it. So I'm going to end it right there. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. To the next one, Shalom. I didn't even read Revelation 13, 9, and 10. But y'all already know. Even a brother that came in the first 6 months would deal with this dude easily. Anyway, with that, Shalom.